Arsenal 3, West Ham 1. I am the happiest person today. 45 days we had to wait, 45 days of pure nervousness on how we're going to pick up where we left off. Are we going to pick up where we left off? And we did, and we played so well, and we really proved to everyone, proved all the critics, everyone that's doubting us, everyone thought that this was sort of a honeymoon period that we have. You can't have a honeymoon period for 15 games straight, mate. We are top of the league, 5 points clear against the mighty Man City, and we have come back with a bang, come back 3-1 against West Ham. And I'm so happy. Very nervous waking up at 7 a.m. right before the game, and I was like, oh, I don't think it's going to be it. I was fairly nervous start of the game as the whistle blew through the duration of the game as well. And obviously the worst thing that happened. That could have happened. And we went 1-0 down against West Ham. Silly penalty to give away from Saliba, but honestly, it was a clear-cut penalty. There's no arguments there. And Ben Rama sends Ramsdale the wrong way, and 1-0 up. Here we go. 1-0 down. So it wasn't the best thing that we could have seen happening, but the resilience that we showed, the fight that we showed in the second half, a completely different team came out firing. Martin Odegaard, man, let's take a minute to sort of, take in what an exceptional talent that we have in our team. 23 years old, captaining his country, captaining Arsenal, and again, a brilliant performance. Came away with 2 assists, a rating of 9.0 out of 10, and obviously getting the man of the match as well, which is truly deserved, pulling all the strings. And most importantly, the best thing about this game was that our front three all came out firing in all cylinders, and all of them went on and got onto the score sheet, and all of them scored amazing goals. So we've obviously got a star boy, Bukayo Saka, opening the scoring. We've got Gabriel Martinelli beating his man on the left-hand side, getting it in the bottom corner there in the front post. And then obviously Eddie Nketiah silencing all the doubters, silencing everyone that said that he couldn't do it, silencing everyone that said he couldn't be able to fill Gabriel Jesus' shoes. And he's done it time and time again. He's proved that towards the end of last season, where he picked up a few goals where we really needed him to. And he's done it again against West Ham, against a team that is sort of picking up points as well, through the season. And he's done it in style. He's answered all the critics. And what a brilliant goal that was. What a brilliant goal. Amazing first touch, spun the player around, finished at the bottom corner, and it was just brilliant to watch, honestly. And I was very excited for him, very happy for him. I personally think that he can do the job, and I think we have enough sort of strength in the midfield, strength in the sort of wingers. We've got Martinelli, Saka on the side, Vieira coming in as well. So we've got enough quality to sort of create chances by Eddie Nketiah, and if we create chances, eventually he is going to score. So, and he is that player that is able to finish. He is that player that is able to sort of score goals as well. So again, brilliant performance. Obviously the back line was great, except for the penalty that we conceded. But honestly, answered all the critics. Very happy. And are we title challengers officially? And I think before I was a bit skeptical. Before I was like, oh, we are going to drop off. A couple of games in, we might it would be the opposite of what we did last season, where we went 3 games, lost all the first 3 games on 0 points after the first 3 games, and then we started picking up points. This was the opposite. We just kept going and going. It's the best start that Arsenal's ever had, and I think statistically speaking that no one's ever lost the Premier League having that good of a start. So, but it's Arsenal at the end of the day, right? So we've got I don't know, man. I don't know what to think, to be honest. I honestly think we can do it. I think we're capable of doing it. It's just about getting those reinforcements in January, really utilizing the January transfer window, learning from our mistakes from what we did last year. Did not do anything in the January transfer window, linked to a couple of players, didn't get any, and obviously that ended up costing us top 4. We could have been playing Champions League football this season, and we should have been playing Champions League football this season. And that's one thing everyone was very rightfully so, gave a lot of criticism to the board, gave a lot of criticism to Arteta. It's not a good feeling when you link with a lot of players and you don't get any sort of players, on board, which is, a terrible feeling, and especially when it goes towards the last game of the season and we sort of lose it, to none other Tottenham, the rivals of Arsenal. So if we can just get those players that we need, me personally, I think we need a midfielder, just in case if, Partey or Xhaka just gets injured, even Odegaard at the same time as well, because I don't think Lokonga and Fabio Vieira have, the facilities to sort of, guide us through, the league title, because eventually that's what we want, right? We want to win the league title. We're not found ourselves in this position against, in a very, very long time. So if we are in this position, we might as well take full advantage of it. So, that's what I think. If we're linked to Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk, Ukrainian national, he's done so brilliantly last season, this season as well. He's been firing on all cylinders in his domestic leagues, and heavily linked to us as well. Want to move as well. 21 years old, a lot of potential, great player, great winger as well. And we've officially, submitted a bid around, I think, 40-45 million, which I believe they've come back and said that it's too low, which is, fair enough. It is too low. But honestly, if you can get that over the board, if we can get that over the line, and plus get a midfielder such as Yuri Tillemans, I really rate Yuri Tillemans. I think he's an exceptional player. He's a gem in that dying Leicester squad, and I think if you can just nick him from Leicester for another 30-35 million, I think he'll do wonders for us, honestly. And because that's the thing, right? We don't have impact from the bench at all. Like, as I said, we've got El Neni, bit of a passive sort of midfielder as well. Obviously, he's always showed up clutch when we sort of needed him, but we need someone that can create. We need someone that can sort of improve the quality of the game, change the game when we're bringing him on, and not just carry on being very passive when we bring someone on. We need instant impact from the bench, which I don't believe anyone has on the bench at this moment in time. So getting someone like Yuri Tillemans would be insane, would be really sort of helpful for our squad. Getting that striker as well to sort of replace Gabriel Jesus. So obviously if we bid Mudryk in, we'll obviously put him on the side where we shift Martinelli in the middle, or get Nketiah in the middle as well. So we got that sort of sorted as well. We got 4 or 5 attacking players there. Odegaard's Odegaard, so he's going to sort of continue doing what he does. Xhaka, Partey, hopefully they stay fit throughout the whole duration of the season, which is very tough because we got Europa League as well. So look, it is very exciting times to be an Arsenal player. We want these problems to have, where who needs to start and who doesn't need to start, who doesn't deserve it, where, who to play where in what position. So we don't sort of have that luxury of a problem there. So if we can just get those reinforcements, man, I honestly truly believe that we can win the title. I honestly believe we can. I think the way that we're playing, the football that we're playing, the fluidity of the football, the flow, the tempo of the game, we control it. Defensively, we're so solid. Offensively, we create so many opportunities for our strikers to score. It's just such an exceptional squad, especially the fact that it's very, very young. It responds so well to Arteta as well. Every single thing that he sort of applies, we sort of take that into consideration, soak up like a sponge. And if we can just continue doing what we're doing, just stay resilient, man. Like, honestly, like, say if we take this game for example, 1-0 down, you have that 1-0 down last season or the season before. That Arsenal team's not coming back. That Arsenal team's just going to be passive and hope for someone to create some individual brilliance to get a 1-1 equalizer. But we just kept going. We still believe. We've done that twice now. We've been behind against Fulham, came back and won the game. Now against West Ham. These are not easy teams to sort of come back from, right? Because West Ham going into the game, David Moyes knew that we're going to be, outclassing them in every single aspect of the football game. But they had a low block, compact, defensively, sort of parked the bus, and we somehow found a way to sort of excel, and we continue to do so. And super happy. All the nerves have been calm after 7 a.m. This morning, but I'm very happy about the fact that we were able to get those 3 points, and now we're 8 points clear from the top. So that's honestly great. But we need to keep going. Obviously, 38 games in the season. We need to continue this form. We need to perform in every single cup that we're in, which is just a Europa League at the moment. If we can just, if we can win Europa League as well as get top 4, that's, exceptional, right? Like, there's so many different ways that we can go about it. But slowly, steady wins the race. So if we can just continue take it one game at a time, get those reinforcements in January, learn from our mistakes, have everyone sort of perform, have everyone contribute. The 26-man, 24-man squad that we have, just everyone contribute towards the game when they're put on, when they're not put on, when they're starting, when they're not starting. There's no reason that we can't win the league. I honestly believe we can win the league. So in the comments below, what you guys think, if Arsenal fans are being a little bit more delusional than usual, which I don't believe we are. Do you really think, you know, Arsenal can win the league? If you think Arsenal can win the league, what do you think we need in order for us to win the Premier League? Let us know in the comments below. Till then, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.